placed it between Mizpah and Shen and called it Ebenezer. Thus far, the Lord has helped us. And so that's why the Lord has helped us as a nation, Ghana.
I want to encourage that the Bible says that we are the salt of the earth, which simply means that we should be the ones that are helping the nation to fight, vices like corruption, violence, greed, and all those things in the society. So, as salt of the earth and the light of the earth, we should all come together in this new year and live a life that will be an exemplary life for all to follow, especially those who do not know the Lord, so that they can all come to the Lord and serve the Lord.
For many Ghanaians, crossing over in church is not just a religious practice, it's a statement of faith, resilience, and hope for a brighter tomorrow. Judith Brown, TV3 News.
Well, some of you have been sharing your expectations ahead of the new year with us.
We are a few hours from 2026. It's that time of the year where people are keen on their New Year resolution. So we are sampling the views and then the expectations of Ghanaians of 2026.
My expectation for 2026 is more of presence of God in my life, and also more sika, money, and health of my family.
Me for 2026 is the same. I want more money, sika, l'argent, wari, everything, and health for my family, and everything. I want everything with good.
Same like the other, health for family, more family trip, more money, more love for everyone, and that's it.
I'm hoping for health, wealth, happiness for my whole family, lots of holidays, and to return to Ghana. So we've been here 2.5 weeks, and it's lovely.
Expectations of 2026 is to just be happy, have good health, prosperity, and just happiness and peace and love in this world.
2026, we are just hoping for the best, that God can give you more life, like how He did 2025. We see 360 out of 360. He have been good to us, so we're hoping for the best in 2026 too.
Okay, what I expect is a lot of businesses, a lot of opportunities, business opportunities, and money. We need money in our pockets. I mean, our pockets has to be filled because there's a lot of things happening. Inflation, our pockets are dry. We need more. Our salary should come up. Taxes should be reduced. And I think those are some of the things we're looking at.
My brother, because the country should be cool for all of us, or some of us will run away. The taxes should come down, our salaries should improve, we should be able to at least take care of ourselves, that's all.
Well, one thing certainly runs through all the responses. Money runs through all the responses. Everybody needs more money.
Yeah.
Let's do some more stories tonight, Portia.
Yes, and Vice President Professor Ghanaians Opoku-Agyeman has reiterated government resolve to improve the living conditions of Ghanaians and make the country better in the years ahead. Addressing a group of NDC supporters and party cadres at the 31st December commemorative event in Bigada, the Vice President also highlighted the strides chalked by the current administration in its quest to transform the nation.
The 31st December Revolution is marked annually by the National Democratic Congress to commemorate the ideology that underpinned the rise to power of the Provisional National Defense Council following the overthrow of the democratically elected PNP government led by Dr. Hilary Liman. At the 44th commemorative event, the perpetual flame was jointly lit by the chairman of the party, Johnson Esiedun Ketia, and Dr. Zaneto Ajiman Rawlings to symbolize probity and accountability, core values the party says it continues to uphold. 7 wreaths were also laid in honor of individuals who contributed to laying the foundation of the NDC and Ghana's democratic journey. Addressing the gathering, Vice President Professor Ghanaians Opoku-Agyeman urged citizens to remain hopeful and united as the country looks forward to a better year ahead.
Now we are at the cusp of a new year. Yes, we will count our blessings, but we'll also be very mindful of our weaknesses and balance the two. It has been a difficult year, we know. Let me say that God has been gracious, and I'm not just using words. We have been through a very, very difficult time. But yes, we have survived, and we will survive it even further going ahead.
The daughter of the founder of the party and member of parliament for Korle Klottey, Dr. Zaneto Ajiman Rawlings, cautioned the NDC against relying solely on its numerical strength in parliament and incumbency, urging members to remain focused on addressing the real challenges confronting the nation.
If we make a mistake of taking incumbency for granted, of exhibiting arrogance of power, we only will have ourselves to blame. We must be open to self-reflection and criticism so that we can correct what mistakes we are making before it's too late.
On his part, the General Secretary of the party, Fifi Fiavi Kwete, launched a scathing attack on sections of the Ghanaian populace, calling on the president to seek a third term in office, describing such cause as pure sycophancy.
These days it saddens me when I see so much sycophancy creeping into our party. I see a group of people who obviously, from every indication, they believe that singing the praises of a leader is the only way they can survive. And that's why you hear some of those people even urging statements like there should be a third term. It's just nothing but sycophancy. Pure sycophancy and bootlicking of the highest order.
As the NDC reflects on the ideals of the 31st December revolution, party leaders say the commemoration serves not only as a reminder of Ghana's political history, but also as a call to recommit the principles of accountability, social justice and inclusive development as the nation charts its course into the future. Stanley Nibleu, TV3 News, Adan, Accra.
And away from that, an Accra court has fined Abubakar Sadiq, popularly known as Cyborg, 24,000 cedis for the unlawful discharge of a firearm during a public gathering in Accra. Now, he was arraigned after a viral video showed him discharging the firearm during a visit by popular Nigerian musician Asake.
The video that got people talking. Cyborg was as a result arrested by the Ghana Police Service. On Tuesday, President John Dramani Mahama indicated that due process will be followed after Asake, during a subsequent encounter with the president, attempted to plead on his behalf, urging him to temper justice with mercy.
Sir, I heard yes, no, yeah. He did it because of me. Please, I heard
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You know, the law is the law, and so
1,000%. Yes. I think we're all just. Let me just say we're all just happy.
I know.
When the case was called on Wednesday, Cyborg pleaded guilty to the charge of unlawful possession and indiscriminate discharge of firearms, resulting in his conviction. He was as a result slapped with a fine of 24,000 cedis or in default of payment, served 2 years in prison. Abubakar Sadiq, popularly known as Cyborg, and his team spoke with the media after the court's ruling.
Cyborg pleaded guilty and he was sentenced accordingly.
Abubakar Sadiq, that was arrested yesterday. Today he's been charged at the Adenta court. And yes, he's free. He's been charged and there's no case anymore.
Thank you for my loved ones. Thank you for my enemies. Thank you for everyone. And it will never be happy again.
Ghana Police Service has meanwhile warned that firearm licenses do not permit public discharge and that offenders risk arrest, prosecution, fines or imprisonment.
In more news tonight, food cultivated in galamsey-prone areas have been found to contain dangerous levels of cyanide and lead. Research conducted by the Koforidua Technical University and the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology revealed heavy traces of metals in cassava grown in Pamin and Jadim communities in the eastern region.
These farmlands are reclaimed sites previously used for gold mining. The findings raise serious health concerns for consumers, especially since cassava is a key staple food among Ghanaians. According to the researchers, mining residues washed into streams and rivers seep into the surrounding environment, contaminating farmlands and underground water sources, thereby poisoning the ecosystem. Lead researcher Dr. Yao Jewu Atreko says the nation must be concerned.
We realized that the mine sites that were reclaimed over a longer period of time had reduced amount of this cyanide and lead. However, the ones that were reclaimed for a very short time and being put to use for cultivation of these crops had high amount of what? The cyanide. We need to intensify work or the efforts we are putting in place having to do with the mining activities, putting it under control. Sometime to come, the commodities we have on our market will all be polluted, people will consume, and they will have issues with cancer, respiratory issues, and what have you.
The NIMOS task force, currently operating in the eastern region, have meanwhile raided some notorious illegal mining sites at Achim Abodom in the Kwabibrim municipality. During the raids, the task force mobilized 4 excavators by removing their monitors, control boards, due to absence of low-bed services. The team also seized 1 generator set, 1 pump action gun with 5 cartridges. To render the site inoperable, the task force burned several makeshift structures erected by the galamseyers.
And now, young women across Ghana breaking barriers in industries long dominated by men. At just 25, Rachel is defying stereotypes and proving that passion knows no gender. Instead of following the expected path of nursing or fashion design as suggested by her relatives, she chose the road of engines and the grit of construction sites.
Meet Rachel, a heavy-duty machine operator. Her weapon of choice, a 12-ton roller compactor, her dream job, and one she is proud of. The secondary school graduate recalls how watching her family struggle inspired her to take control of her future. Learning from her brother, a tractor operator, Rachel mastered the machine and now drives with pride. But the journey hasn't been easy. As the only daughter among her siblings, Rachel faced criticism and pressure to choose softer careers. Yet, she insists she is happiest behind the wheel of her machine.
It all started when my brother got into the machine work, which was 4 years ago. He's an excavator operator. So when I completed school, which was 2020, then my brother introduced me into the work. First, my mom didn't allow me, but because of how things were hard for us, I was supposed to, convince my mom to enter the work so that I'll get something small from it to survive. Being on this machine is not easy. As a lady, I don't like to work, to be a seamstress, that women's job. No, I don't like, because I was born into a lot of boys. I'm the only girl of my mom. So as for hustle, I'm number 1.
She shares the challenges of working in a male-dominated industry, but beams with joy, knowing she is charting her own path.
There's a lot of challenges. Sometimes when you travel, where to sleep, water to take your bath as a lady. As a lady, sometimes you have to, be clean, but it's very, very difficult for us. I've experienced a lot of biases from men, not women, men. I see them to be somebody who envy me. I see them that they envy me because I'm a lady using a machine, a heavy machine.
Her determination has not gone unnoticed. MP for Ayawaso West Wagon, John Domelo, expressed admiration when he saw Rachel working on road reconstruction projects in his constituency. He praised her courage and commitment, calling her an inspiration to many.
I was amazed by what I saw when we started the work, and I came in and I saw the roller moving up and down, and then I saw it was a female. I was like, wow. I mean, I was impressed, and I think that there should be more female inclusion in some of these areas of the industry. Of course, there are a lot of female farmers, but we need more female construction workers, most especially those who drive the heavy equipment.
For Rachel, education remains a priority. She plans to return to school in the future, but for now, she is focused on supporting her family and proving that women can thrive anywhere. From the driver's seat of a roller compactor, Rahel is not just building roads, she's building a future where women can dream without limits.
Kudos to Rahel. In more news tonight, at 12, Isaac Bekai made history on TV3's Talented Kids as the first visually impaired contestant. 12 years on, the drums guide his sight. As 2025 ends, Isaac is attempting a Guinness World Record for the longest drumming marathon, not just to break a record, but also to redefine how society views disability. Samuel Yeboah Adams has more.
Many remember Isaac Bekai as the 12-year-old who boldly stepped onto TV3's Talented Kids stage in 2013, becoming the show's first visually impaired contestant.
I was part of TV3 Talented Kids in 2013, I think season 4. And throughout the competition, I learned a lot. I mean, from even how to engage myself within people, I mean, talented people, like the people I met, and also how to go about my talent.
Fast forward to 2025. Isaac's journey enters another phase.
Somewhere last year, I applied it on, I think, around September, and the results, the approval came around October, and the date for me to attempt or start the attempt was on the 7th, and the approval came on the 1st. So I can't use just a 7 days to advertise or prepare towards it. So I decided to apply it this year.
For him, drumming is more than a hobby, it's a calling.
Whenever I'm playing the drum, I feel like, yes, that is my work. That's what God has asked me to come and do. Because God has given everybody, each and every one, his talent or his gift.
Dr. Bekai is Isaac's brother, and he recalls the excitement when Isaac shared his intention to attempt the Guinness World Record.
I was very happy. I was like, wow, this is a very good thing that we can do, not just for you, but to change the narrative, to rewrite the status quo that disability is indeed not inability.
Even though the challenge carries risks for him, hope and determination accelerate the pace for his brother.
What if things maybe don't go as planned? What if he gets confused, like, high blood pressure and all the other complications that could come? So these are some of the risks that, even though we are happy and all that, we are also watchful.
Ebenezer Novi, a friend of Isaac, believes the attempt could inspire a revolution within the visually impaired community.
We should support him so that his dreams will come true, especially my people in the visually impaired fraternity, and it will pave a way for any visually impaired who want to enter into this journey.
For Isaac's family, discrimination against people with disability must end.
If you have a child with disability, know that they are of benefit to the state. Empower them so that when they have some strength, they can develop it.
For lack of support, he nearly quit the attempt.
We wrote some few letters to some dignitaries for their support, but at the end of the day, all disappointed us.
Alistair Brown is a current Guinness World Record holder for the longest marathon drumming by an individual. He achieved the record by drumming for 150 hours and 1 minute in 2023. Isaac is expected to do 192 hours to break the record.
It will be a sad moment for me that I couldn't achieve what I'm expecting, but no, that's not the end. But at least if the person should see me on telly displaying my talent, I mean, showing what God has given to me. Next time when he sees me, saying, hey, this guy, hey, he's blind, but he can drum. He can do this.
As the drums keep beating, Isaac is proving that courage, vision, and persistence can rewrite the limits we think exist.
Away from that, strengthening its ongoing commitment to pediatric care unit at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Glyco Health Insurance Limited has donated 100,000 cedis to the Lifeline for Childhood Cancer Ghana initiative at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital following its previous support in 2024. The gesture is part of a broader initiative by the company to ease the financial burden associated with cancer treatment and contribute to improved health outcomes for children battling with cancer.
The corporate social responsibility strategy, highlighting the company's long-term dedication to providing life-saving medical care for vulnerable children and their families. Speaking on the donation, the Chief Executive Officer of Glyco Health Insurance Limited, Mami Efriye Boachi Nelson, stated that Glyco's ongoing support to Lifeline for Childhood Cancer Ghana highlights a core conviction that every child deserves a fair chance at life, unhindered by financial barriers.
We started with them last year. We are continuing this year and it's going to continue. This is part of us. We feel their pain, we share their pain, and as our corporate social responsibility, this is our direction for the next years ahead. So as part of the broader plan, we are going to continue this. We are not ending it.
Highlighting the need for collective action, Glyco Group CEO Edward Foko stated that their support ensures no child is left behind, as private sector involvement is essential to supplement efforts in covering high medical costs. Executive Director of Lifeline for Childhood Cancer Ghana, Equia Sapong, expressed her appreciation to Glyco Health Insurance Limited.
It will support the hostel, they live here, so for some of them have come all the way from, to go across the length and breadth of the country, and they can't always keep going back. So we house them, we support them, we feed them, so at least they're able to carry on with the treatment. So it's going to help the whole spectrum of care.
For the families at Kolebu, this donation is more than just financial aid. It is a vital lifeline that ensures no child has to fight cancer alone due to a lack of funds.
We have business news coming up shortly. Do stay with us.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obodu. Now, the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies Ghana, COMAC, is projecting fuel prices could fall by nearly 5% in the coming days. It also suggests a relatively stable outlook at the pumps in 2026 with the possibilities of further reductions. Fuel prices have declined sharply this year, dropping from an average of more than 14 Ghana cedis per litre in January to 11.89 Ghana cedis by year-end. Market leader Star Oil is currently selling at 10 cedis 97 pesos per litre. The fall has been largely driven by lower global crude prices, which slid from above $70 a barrel to about $61 at present, while the cedi has appreciated year-to-date by about 30%. Analysts say this positive trend could set the tone for consumers heading into 2026.
So all these effects coming together with constant fee of tax and levies in the pump price derivatives brings petrol down to about 2.4 to 4.8%, and diesel between 2 to 4% decrease. LPG as well is decreasing between 1 to 2%.
The Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies says it expects fuel prices to remain relatively stable in 2026.
Looking at we stabilizing the cedi, even with a marginal depreciation or appreciation on bi-weekly basis, and with fuel prices anticipated to either stabilize or go down, we believe that the pump prices in the country will be stable for a while or even go down marginally.
Financial economist Dr. Eric Boakye-Yadom says Ghana's early repayment of the $709 million Eurobond obligation signals commitment to debt sustainability. The December 30 payment brings total Eurobond repayments under the restructuring memorandum to $1.4 billion in 2025. The amount includes two earlier payments of about $349 million each, in addition to the latest settlement. The ministry says that timely payment reaffirms Ghana's credibility as a sovereign borrower and demonstrates government's commitment to restoring investor confidence through transparent, predictable, and disciplined debt service practices. On the broader economy, the government says it will intensify reforms in domestic revenue mobilization, public financial management, and public debt management, while continuing to strengthen fiscal buffers to meet future obligations and finance development.
Government been able to make the payment, the Eurobond payment, I think it's a good one, and it gives also a signal to investors of our commitment to returning to debt sustainability. So, and also being able to build our reserve over time, and the appreciation of the cedi cumulatively has given the cedi some strength, requiring that a few cedis can be exchanged to be able to pay off the 700 million Eurobond payment that we have made so far. So I think it shows government commitment, and it's a positive signal going into 2026.
We'll bring you updates now from the currency and the commodities market. And that'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. Up next, the sports.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the sports segment here on News 360 with me, Oreku Ampofo. Now, former captain of the Black Stars, Andre Ayew, has completed his move to Dutch Eredivisie outfit NAC Breda. The 36-year-old signed a deal to join NAC Breda for the rest of the season after being without a club for the first half of the 2025-2026 campaign. Now, the veteran forward arrives with huge experience and a massive international reputation, having made 120 appearances for the Black Stars. Now, the former Olympic Marseille and Swansea City star is expected to play a huge role in NAC as they battle survival in the Eredivisie. Ayew becomes the third Ghanaian on the NAC Breda roster, joining the Dennis Odoi and Kamal Soa. The move represents a fresh opportunity for the former Black Stars captain, who has not featured for the Ghana national team over a year as the 2026 World Cup does approach. And so I will be bringing you updates on that deal as well. But let's move on to his brother, Rahim Ayew, who has backed the Black Stars to thrive at the 2026 World Cup. Now, the 2010 quarterfinalists, that's the Black Stars, have been drawn in a tricky group in the World Cup alongside England's Three Lions, 2018 World Cup finalists Croatia and Panama. He spoke exclusively to 3 Sports.
That shirt, there is some spirit that goes into you. You understand?
Yeah.
You watch us against England, you see what's going to happen. Against Panama, you see what's going to happen. Ghanaians, they like, oh, to me, you know, like, give him the benefit of the doubt, then he'll prove you. That's how it is. The top game, the top games that Ghana have won, look at the kind of games against the big countries. If you think I'm lying, go and check history. When we are playing a big country that everyone thinks, oh, this one they will lose, that is when we come out. Yes. That shirt, that anthem, I don't know what they put in it. I'm telling you, when you wear it, some spirit gets into you, don't know where it's coming from. Say, I don't know. You know, you become so strong. Look at how small Antoniana was.
Yeah.
And look at how he was pushing people
like
around.
Beast.
Yes, that is it. So I know me, I know my country. I've been there, I've been with the national team, and I know what they can do. They're going to do well at the World Cup. Just watch it. People are saying, oh, you're quiet, say anything. No, just watch. When they get there, you'll see.
Well, before we go, let's bring you updates from Morocco, where Algeria arrested Captain Riyad Mahrez, but still put on a dominant display to beat Equatorial Guinea by 3-1 in Rabat, becoming just the second team after Nigeria to win all 3 group games at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Meanwhile, 5-time Premier League winner Mahrez was one of the 9 changes made by coach Vladimir Petkovic from their 1-0 victory against Burkina Faso. And his live wire replacement on the right flank, that is Anis Haj Musa, ran the Equatorial Guineans ragged with his trickery and direct approach, drawing rapturous approval from the thousands of Algerian fans in the green and white who packed all 4 sides of the compact modern stadium as Algeria secured a 3-1 victory. In other games, Burkina Faso eased to a 2-0 win over Kwesi Sudan in Casablanca. However, that match would be inconsequential as Kwesi Sudan do qualify to the round of 16 stage, which is gradually shaping up in Morocco as we reach the business stage of the competition. Just by way of updates, in the games currently ongoing, Cameroon are drawing 1-1 with Mozambique in that one. And then there's also Ivory Coast, who are currently losing 2-1 to Gabon, who have already been knocked out of the competition. You can get more updates on the competition on our social media handles at 3 Sports GH. My name is Oreku Ampofo.
Good evening and welcome to the entertainment news segment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko. Now, from chart-topping bangers and headline-grabbing releases to viral controversies and unforgettable moments, Ghana's showbiz scene in 2025 has been on fire. Now, driven by bold creativity, fierce competition, and cultural influence, the industry delivered non-stop excitement across music, film, fashion, and live entertainment.
2025 was a year of movement, a year of sound, image, identity, and influence. Across music stages, film sets, fashion runways, and digital platforms, Ghanaian creativity traveled farther than ever before, carrying stories of ambition, resilience, and cultural pride.
If you don't know, you for stop rushing.
The year opened with a historic moment far from home. On New Year's Eve in Kingston, Jamaica, Ghana's Shatta Wale stepped onto a stage many African artists only dream of. Vybz Kartel's Freedom Street concert, performing alongside Caribbean and international heavyweights including Popcan, Spice, Bounty Killer, Skillibeng, and Busta Rhymes. Shatta Wale became one of the few African artists to perform live in Jamaica. It was more than a concert, it was a statement that Ghanaian dancehall had earned global respect. Back home, the music spoke. In April, Black Sherif released his sophomore album, Iron Boy. Raw, reflective and emotionally charged, the album explored themes of survival, faith, ambition, and self-discovery. Tracks such as Sacrifice, So It Goes featuring Fireboy DML, the Victory Song, Top of the Morning, Sumobi, Lord I'm Amazed, and Eye Open resonated deeply with fans at home and abroad. By year's end, Black Sherif will emerge as Ghana's most streamed artist on Spotify. Another defining sound of 2025 came from Molly. Her song Shake It to the Max crossed borders at lightning speed, dominating clubs, festivals, and social media platforms.
Shake it to the max. Shake it to the max.
Remixes featuring Shinsia, Skillibeng, and Major Lazer turned the record into a global anthem. Later in the year, Molly would make history as first Ghanaian artist to perform at the BET Awards, performing the song alongside collaborator Silent Addy. For Ghanaian pop music, it was a breakthrough moment. On the streets, Medical with Shatta Wale and B-Strap delivered Shoulder, a song that quickly became a crowd favorite. Jackie Sankofa offered a soulful reflection with international appeal, while Wendy Shea's Too Late maintained strong radio and club presence throughout the year. Together, these releases reflect the diversity of Ghana's soundscape in 2025. At the 2025 Telecel Ghana Music Awards, consistency met reward. King Promise was crowned Artist of the Year, also winning Best Afropop Song, Best Afrobeat and Afropop Artist, and Album or EP of the Year for True to Self. The wins marked a career-defining chapter for the artist. Beyond music, Ghanaian cinema found new confidence. Films such as The Fisherman, The Funeral of Kwade, 24 Movie, Last Stop, and Clout explore themes of identity, tradition, and modern life. One standout was Vibes the Movie, a musical comedy drama that premiered in October. It went on to win the Best Feature Film at the Black Film and Screenplay Festival, placing Ghanaian cinema firmly on the festival map. Reality television continued to shape conversations. In October, Isabella Etonam Gaglezu, known as Etonam, was crowned the winner of Ghana's Most Beautiful 2025. Meanwhile, Perfect Match Extra Season 3 delivered drama and romance, with Ohiniba and Irama emerging as winners. Live events returned in spectacular fashion. Shutterfest, held at Independence Square, attracted an estimated 400,000 fans, making it one of the largest musical gatherings in 2025. Sarkodie's Rapaholic marked a historic homecoming in Kumasi, while multi-award-winning dancehall icon Stonebwoy marked a decade of BIM Festival in grand style. The Crossport Stadium came alive as thousands of hardcore fans gathered to celebrate one of Ghana's biggest music events on December 24. Other major concerts included the GTCO Music Concert, Black Sherif's Zama Disco, Medical's Beyond Control, and Black Star Experience's Taste the Culture. 2025 also brought moments of reflection. The industry lost revered figures, including Teddy Osei, Daddy Lumba, Dr. Mohammed Ben Abdallah, Mauli Semavo, Mami Tiwa, and Dada KD. Their contributions remain woven in Ghana's cultural fabric.
And that's it for the Entertainment News segment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko. See you in 2026.
Thank you so much, Noella. Coming up, international news.
Mali and Burkina Faso say they will bar U.S. citizens from entering their countries in response to a similar move by the Trump administration. The two West African states were recently placed under full entry restrictions under U.S. President Donald Trump's expanded travel ban. In separate statements, they said they would apply the same measures on U.S. nationals. Burkina Faso's Foreign Affairs Minister Karamoko Jean-Marie Traoré said his government was acting on the principle of reciprocity, while Mali's foreign ministry called for mutual respect and sovereign equality. Mali and Burkina Faso's decision comes days after Niger's state news agency reported that Niger had imposed a similar travel ban on U.S. citizens, though no official statement has been issued by its foreign ministry to confirm theirs. Up Bangkok skies and drums thundering in Beijing. Earlier, Sydney put on a spectacular fireworks display, although our correspondent says it was tempered with sadness following the Bondi Beach attack earlier this month. Kiribati was the first to enter the new year.
And this is where we draw the curtains on the last News 360 bulletin for 2025. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Noble Crosby Allen.
And I am Portia Gabo. Thank you for sticking and staying with us 365 days in a year. To God be the glory. There won't be Ghana tonight at 10 p.m. And on behalf of all the production crew, Richard Bruce Lamte, Mavis, our producer, Joseph Akable,
the entire news production team,
Lord Salikem,
Isaac
Bubble, yes,
everybody, thank you so much for being part of the 360 family. See you again in 2026.
Bye.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.